The first deadline for this year's college application cycle is coming faster than you think. The deadline for early decision 1 is for most schools November 1st. So I hope that by now you already brainstormed some ideas for your main Common App essay, or you have already written it and are in the first or the second draft. And hopefully you started your activities section, because that section is also as important as the others. But if not, don't you worry, this is what this video is for. I will show you in easy steps how you can write the best activity descriptions, and I'll give you an example that I used in my Common App. First step, it's crucial to decide how many activities you want to put in the activities section, because you have 10 spots for 10 activities. What I recommend is filling anywhere between 5 and 10 activities, because this is the best opportunity you have to show that you have some other passions or interests. Maybe you started a crochet club or you do some sort of sport. You can show your new hobbies in this section of the Common App. And then on your main essay, you can also showcase other values that align with your main activities. But even if you don't have that many activities, try to think of some more, of course, that align with your values, because activities can also be working, taking care of your relatives, maybe taking care of animals, volunteering, taking care of your siblings. Even having a YouTube channel can be considered an activity. So the possibilities are endless. So if right now you don't think that you have at least 5 activities, take a few minutes to brainstorm some ideas, and I am sure you will find more than 5 activities when you think thoroughly of what you do in your daily life. The second step is to actually fill the activities in. Firstly, they are going to ask you the activity type, and there you can select, for example, what I did here, science and math. And you have other options as well: work, volunteering, internships. Then they are going to ask you for a position leadership description, which is 50 characters. There you can briefly state what position you had in your activity. For me, it was the sole founder and president. So that's all you are going to write there. Next, we have organization name. Here I stated the name of my organization, STEM Innovista, and I briefly explained what it does, because being a project that I created, not many people might be familiar with my project. So it's great to explain the organization that you worked in or volunteered in, so the admission officers can have a clearer perspective on your position in this community. And then please describe this activity, including what you accomplished and any recognition you received. So here it is so important to emphasize on numbers and actual growth. In my description for this activity, I said coordinate weekly science meetings and mentoring. So this is considered one of the tasks that I did in my community. Then I put a goal from my community, empowering girls to pursue STEM subjects, and then I stated a number that shows my implication in the organization that I created. So I said I recruited 30 plus members and gained around 900 followers on social media. The main idea that you need to take away from this is that the activity description needs to be specific, very, very specific. Use numbers. You can also use abbreviations, because you can see there I said I wrote meetings like MTGS. I did this so I can fit all my description in maximum of 150 characters, and you can do the same as long as the abbreviation of the word could be easily understood. Afterwards, they are going to ask you participation grade levels, and there you simply select the grades in which you participated in this activity. For me, it was in 11th and 12th grade of high school. And they also ask for the timing of participation. And you can choose from during school year, during school break, or all year. So during school break, I understand that as the whole summer, not necessarily the winter break, but I might be wrong. But if you did your activity in any break, winter, summer, doesn't matter, just select school break to make sure. The third most important part in completing your activity section is the hours you spent per week and the weeks spent per year. Regarding the hours spent per week, you need to be very careful on how you calculate those, because you have 168 hours per week. Let's say 8 hours per day go towards high school, 8 hours per day go towards sleeping and doing homework. That is 100 hours per week gone only on school and sleeping. So realistically, how many hours you have per week for all your extracurriculars are around 70 hours. So when you fill in the hours spent per week for each activity, please make sure that when you are done with completing all of them, they make sense. Because if you complete 5 activities and you say to each one of them that you spent 20 hours per week doing it, that is 100 hours per week. And it's just too much. It doesn't add up. So it's better to underestimate your hours spent per week on an activity than to overestimate, because you risk that at the end the hours don't add up and it will look very, very sketchy to the admissions officers. Congratulations, you successfully completed your activities section in the Common App. But if you have any more questions, just comment them down below and I will answer all of them. Have a wonderful day and see you next time!